walk through some steps, because I love to have some steps or strategic advice for my listeners. So if someone is feeling like they have too much on their plate, what should they be doing next?
So it's very important to be looking at where is your time being spent? How long is it taking you to do certain tasks, right? If you're looking at the end of the day, like, oh, I didn't get anything done on my to-do list. Let's look at, is the to-do list even realistic? Does it have you can only put things on that list that you have the time and the resources to do. And sometimes it's that you're going to take that piece and give it to somebody else to do, and that's okay. But people are not realistic about what they can actually get done in a day or what they can actually get done in an hour sometimes. And so I really push people to test it out, time yourself, because I'm so in tune with what 30 seconds feels like and what a minute feels like from my TV days. Yes. Not everybody else is like that, So I really want you to become your own, produce your own life, be able to be your own producer and really see, okay, you know what? It takes me 10 minutes to get my makeup done in the morning. So if I'm rushing around, I know I need to leave at least 10 minutes so I can get my makeup on before I get out the door or whatever, so that you at least know, can I fill this, can I fill this time appropriately, or am I going to be late to something else? Is this going to shift and throw everything else off? So I think being realistic with how long things take you, and also being able to stop and say, how do I actually feel when I do these tasks? That was a big thing for me, looking through and saying, okay, how did I feel when I worked with this client? Did I like that client? Did I like this speaking engagement? Was I interested after that workshop? And now I stop myself and I really check in after every single thing I do. I stop myself and I say, okay, before I go on to the next thing, I pause and I say, am I happy? How do I feel at the end of this? And okay, great. I want more of that then. I want more of that in my life. Let me make sure that I put that down. I take a mental note that I want to do more of this.
So finding basically what fuels you versus what drags you down energy-wise. Yes. Yeah. So if I enjoy writing an email, even if it takes me maybe 2 hours, I should still do more of that versus, I don't know, recording a video.
Right. Exactly. Or speaking, for instance, I love speaking. I love being on a stage. I love, working with the crowd. I love all of that. At the end, I always feel charged up. Right before, I'm always a tiny bit nervous and I'm a tiny bit oh gosh, why did I say yes to this again? Why am I doing this? And it just, it melts away the second I get on the stage every time. And then I leave that stage and I'm like, yes, that's what I should be doing more of. That's what I love. Leading workshops. But just, you have to check in with yourself and see, there's certain people that I've worked with that are draining. And I'm like, okay, I'm not doing that again,
Yeah. So you said, okay, be realistic about the tasks you can actually get done. So you're suggesting that for every day that there are a number of tasks that we decide we're going to do and we actually do them. And if not, we should start to look at why we are putting them on the list in the first place. If they weren't doable, they shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Yeah. Or maybe it's a piece of that you can do. So often people will write, write book. You're never going to write a book in one day. That's never going to happen. So what is the piece of that bigger goal that you can put on the list and then you feel accomplished to have done that one piece of it? So just being able to sort of reframe, because we want to do all these things, but this is much more a task list of what you can do, so that you set yourself up to really get stuff done.
Do you put it in the calendar, what you want to do?
Sometimes I do.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do. Yeah. Especially if I have open spaces of time in between, calls or whatever it is that I'm doing. For instance, we're doing this interview now. Yeah. And afterwards, I put in my calendar that I have to send some follow-up emails to some people about my book. Yeah. And if I don't do that, I will get distracted. And because there's nothing on my calendar after this until this evening. And so I'll get distracted and I'll start doing other things and then I'll be on Facebook or something, So I need that for me to be able to say, okay, no, this is what you're supposed to be doing. This is what's allotted for this hour, and then sit down and do it. Not everybody works like that, but I like to take it off the to-do list and put it on the calendar when I have those open spots, so that sometimes I tell my assistant, what should I be doing right now? What should I be working on right now? And she'll say, well, you have to do this, this, and this. Okay, great. I'll do that one, So I just try to take, again, the decision-making and the guesswork out of stuff so that it makes it a little easier to actually do it.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Also, I need it in the calendar, otherwise it doesn't get done. I don't even really have a to-do list. It's more, I
The
know in the
calendar.
calendar what I should be doing next. Yeah. So